that we have on the team is amazing. Like, it's going to be hard for teams to stop us because anybody can play any position at any time or any night. So I'm really glad about the versatility that we have because like, it's easy for everybody and it's going to be easy for the guards too. So I'm happy that we have all types of levels and skills that we have to see.
You knew Jalen probably better than anybody else in this game. What do you think she'll bring to this team? And do you think she's got a good shot of helping you?
Absolutely. She brings defense. She brings energy. Like she brings that we need to, like, especially for the guards. Like we're gonna need a guard that can actually stop another guard. So and I feel like she does a pretty good job of showing in that practice.
You mentioned yesterday defensive player of the year goals. What do you think you've shifted your defensive ability since your last defensive player of the year in 2022?
For me, I think I feel like for me, like just picking up the ball, full court and seeing how to like actually pick the ball at full court. I may have probably seen it in practice. I put the ball at full court one time, but just me, just being like that, like the snake on defense, like just communicating, just being that extra push for our team that we need to stop. We need to get that stop for our team and stuff. So.
You confident you can get back to that level?
Absolutely, I can. Absolutely, you're going to
Steph has talked a lot about improving Figures defense this year. How do you kind of help take the lead on that?
I think it's doing the big, like just not only me, but also Luana. Like she also communicating on defense as well. Like I understand everybody know that I can play defense, but like so far, like we all are actually picking it up besides myself. So I feel good that I have my teammates behind me actually helping me with that and. They're taking the load off my shoulder when it comes to that.
What do you hope to get out of these preseason games? What do you need as a vet?
For us, not only for me, but for our team is to get the win too, but also learning while we planning the preseason game, learning the things that we need to work on, the things that we also already good at too, and just keep building. Every single day, just keep building on the preseason game that we got coming up.
Have you thought about what the game Sunday will be like for your team going back to a college atmosphere?
No, not yet. Like we already know it's gonna be a big crowd, but like some first year player they gonna be nervous. They gonna be like, oh my god, like I never been in front of these millions of crowds, millions of fans before, but like every day, take it day by day, just suck it in, to be a sponge, and just go out there and do what you do best, play basketball.
You did.
Nice. Go ahead.
Talk to Natasha this year. She wants to improve as a defender this year. What steps would you see her take early in camp in that regard?
Well, I love hearing that because she's hungry to continue to grow, and she was a defensive player of the year in our league at one point in her career. So, I think the biggest thing for Tosh is just reestablishing that mentality. We're going to use her in a lot of different ways: her versatility, her length, her athleticism, her speed, her quickness, all of those things. So just reframing that mentality of making things difficult, of using her speed and quickness, but also remembering the physicality, and then communication. Over communicating. She's one of the most experienced players on the floor, and because she can guard multiple positions, over communicate in areas that can help everybody else around her.
Implementing a new defense, what do you find challenging about getting everybody on the new terminology on the same page?
I think more so than coverage is its terminology. We do talking about things in a different way, putting a little bit more ownership on them in coverages and recognizing action, recognizing when you're beat, recognizing action before it happens as opposed to waiting until it happens. So all of those things. So I would say terminology and anticipation. We use 3 A's: active, anticipate, and be aware. And that's the mindset that we have to have on the defensive end.
How do you balance with so many new players trying to get everybody reps, but also, hey, that core group also needs reps together?
That's hard. That's the hardest thing about this time of year. It's the hardest thing about training camp is, we used our first, 3 practices to really get everybody kind of ingrained in our base level of how we want to play. And we started focusing a little bit more on rotations today. And certainly after the weekend and after we have a couple of games, it'll tighten up even more and really trying to get, our core rotational players quality minutes together.
With a weird back-to-back in a preseason, have you thought about how you handle those minutes?
Yeah, it's tough. We're number one, of course we want to win, but more than anything, we've got to evaluate players that are on the fringe. We've got to make sure that we give them opportunity to showcase what they can do. We've got to work our rotations and put it together, but it is a back-to-back. And so we also have to make sure that we're conservative. It's early. So players aren't going to play as many minutes as people want to see them play. We're going to try different combinations. We just really want to get out there and see what it looks like against a different opponent.
Thinking ahead to Sunday, just kind of what do you anticipate that being like for both Caitlin and for the entire franchise?
I anticipate it being a little crazy. I think it's going to be exciting. I don't know. Back in the day when I was playing here, we played an exhibition at Purdue. And I remember it was so cool for me to be able to play for the Fever in Mackey Arena. And I can imagine it's going to be equally as cool for Caitlin to go back and play an exhibition, in Iowa City and in front of her Hawkeye fans. I didn't know there's no air conditioning. So we're going to have to work through that and make sure that we stay hydrated. But what an experience for those fans who might not be able to make it to any of our WNBA cities, to be able to watch our team, obviously to be able to support Caitlin, but to be able to watch our team and see them up close.
You mentioned players on the fringe. I think April told us a few weeks ago. It's one of the competitive games.
Yeah.
What traits or skills are you looking for when you're determining who's going to be in the back?
Yeah, certainly bringing it on the defensive end of the floor. Defensively, being able to knock down shots, being able to space the floor. How quickly can they pick up things that we're doing in camp? Whether that's actions, whether that's reads, communication. How quickly can they pick those things up? We've got a deep team, and it is probably one of the toughest rosters in the league to be able to make to take a spot. So we don't want anybody to play outside themselves. We want them to do what they do best, but we want to see progress every day.